disconnected and then okay, so it worked. Good morning everyone, how are you? How are we? Welcome if you're new, or welcome back if not. If you're new, I'm Victoria and I run 2 online Etsy shops from this studio here. One side is Scrunchies and Bows, where I thrift materials such as bed sheets, duvet covers, pyjamas, dressing gowns, pillowcases, and turn them into beautiful hair accessories such as scrunchies, bows, headbands and clips. And on the other side is Kack-A-Ling Sisters, my witchy shop. All things witchy you'll find on there, such as pendulums, witchy prints, book of shadow pages, witches runes, pendulums, wheels of the year, mini broomsticks, soon to be wands because I am gonna do it. Anything witchy, you name it, it's on there. I recommend having a good look. It's like a curiosity shop. So today I have been, so instead of scrunchies and bows and whatnots, I have been meaning to, so I keep my tarot cards and all my divination stuff inside here, and I keep it away on the side. But I have been wanting to make a tarot pouch. Now for scrunchy bow, I thrift all materials. I try and save it from landfills. But for Kack-A-Ling Sisters, I do purposely go out. I've got a lady in my local town who has a material shop, and I do go out and I get quite what I perceive to be appropriate material for Kack-A-Ling Sisters. So if I make key fobs, I have made key fobs for Kack-A-Ling Sisters. They're just not up on the site yet. So I have this material, this one, an astrology one, some more of this one, some skulls, some planets, some crows and bats, spiders, white and orange, some more skulls, and then I put this to one side. This was thrifted, so it's thrifted, but so I made a bow with scrunchy bow and thrifted it, and it left me with some more leftover material. So I didn't know what I was going to do. I just put it in my scraps. I'm not sure why that's there. I want to make a tarot pouch today. There's 2 different ones I want to make, but I think I'm just going to go with one design today. And I literally want to make it like it's a pouch and it has string or ribbon. I'm looking up at my ribbon. I got off Facebook Marketplace a whole box of ribbons off Facebook Marketplace. Now whilst that looks like a lot of them are not usable. This is it polymer ribbon, which is more of a plastic ribbon rather than an actual material ribbon, which is what I was thinking it was. The lady didn't state that it wasn't that, she just stated that it was ribbons, and I was like, oh my gosh, that seems like a really good bargain. So tangent, what I was saying is I want to make a pouch for my tarots to sit in, or everyone's tarots, and I have some purple, and then I wanted a ribbon to pull it like a drawstring. So I have to navigate that yet, and I have to figure out measurements. And I figured normally I come on and I've got a lot of it together. Like I know how to do my scrunchies, I know how to do my bows, and new stuff I do take you with me, like the headbands you'll see from this studio vlog. You're up this way. This studio, either way, this studio vlog, I did take you with me for making of the headbands. So I'm going to take you with me on this making this pouch too. I have no idea how to make it. I have a rough idea of what I want and how I'd like it to be. Whether or not that happens is a totally other, different thing. Whether I want to put ribbon in as the drawstring or tapestry. I think it's called tapestry. What do you do with the needle? Not sewing. What is? I will wait there. This stuff. Embroidery. Embroidery. Oh no, it's not going to focus. So embroidery thread. Whether I want to use that, I don't know. We could figure it out together. I think I quite like the idea of a ribbon, to be honest. And I have quite a bit of purple ribbon left, so I quite like the idea of a ribbon, but let's see where we go with it. Right, I think I don't want this one for sure. Definitely not that one. And I don't want this one for sure. Thinking it may be between this one or this one. I think I may go with, yeah. I have more of this one, so I can afford to make a bit more of a mistake. It gives me room for error. So let's go with this one for now, and then let's borrow from the scrunchy bow side and pick an internal bit. Now, do we go black with the internal bit? Now this, I know it's looking like a purple through the lens here. I'm looking at this little side camera thing. It's looking like a purple there, but it's not. It's more of a blue, and I don't have that blue as a plane, so I think I might see if I can go with a black. Would a purple? No. Do you know what? Let's go black. Let's do this colour, the internal bit black, and then instead of a ribbon, maybe use the embroidery thread. Let's try work it out together and see where we go. Let's try and figure out our top lot. So this will be what's on display on the outside. What's on display on the outside. Do it salvage to salvage, because then I can just take this salvage off. This is what we call the salvage on new material. On thrifted material, so if I have bedsheet or a salvage for salvage on thrifted material for me, on bed sheets and like such, is usually where it's been sewn, or where Marvin's here, where I've had to unpick the stitching. Let's take away the salvage. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so it's a long piece, but I'm just going to pop it in half at the top here. So let's pop it in half, because remember, I am just trying to figure this out. So I'm going to want it big enough to hold. Either way, this is doubled over now. So let me get my tarots out. I want it to be able to be oracles and tarot cards. So I want it to be big enough to be able to hold my tarots. So this would be big enough. See, this is what you have to account for. So whilst this looked plenty, and I could just cut this here. If I did that, when you actually account for popping it in and then sealing it, so we'll pretend seal it, seal and seal, it needs a bit more. It just needs a little bit more. So I think what I'm going to do is go back to it. Teamwork. You would sit there and then, yeah. So I'm going to seal you there. If I give you 2 inches to seal, I'll give you, okay. I'm going to give 2 inches for the seal, 1 inch for my seam allowance, 1 inch for the give of the cards. Needs, yeah. And I'm going to give 4 inches for the actual cards. And then 1, 2. So we are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches wide. And then what if we want crystals into? I think I'm going to go 8.5. Yeah. So I'm going to go 8.5. Let's give this. Let's give it a go. Been watching the Only Murderers in the Building, and we've been watching it right from when it first came out, and obviously they've now got season 4 out, and I just can't get the theme tune out of my head. I can't get it out, so that's what's coming around my head currently. Right, sorry, 8.5 inches. Let's give this a little go. So we have our 8.5 inches. What happened there? I need to start writing this stuff down. Width will be 8.5 inches. Let's check out the length. So length is 21. While that's heating up, got me thing heat press heating up. Me mini heat press. I'm going to go in with the black and I'm going to cut those exact measurements. Now before I sew these, they will go like so. Before I sew it, I need to pop a place on for my ribbon intake. So, and I would like to hide it inside here, so when this backing is on, sorry, let me show you. I need to sew a ribbon intaker, a ribbon coverer. I'm going to pop a thing over here because the ribbon's going to go in and then that thing's going to be over the ribbon. So I need to do that, and that will hide the ribbon. I want it so that the ribbon thing will be sealed in here and then the backing will be on and you won't see it. Do I want it black? Feel like black might be a nice, yep. So, pop that to one side. Let's get our seal on. So, let's pop the little side stitches in so the ribbon or the string won't get caught. Let's do that first. Okay, one done. Alright, so I've got two pieces. I'm not going to lie, they're not the best. They're a little bit on the outsides. They're not the best, but they're not bad considering what they are. So, let's see about getting them on these bits. Get the seams stitched over. The seam stitched over. We're gonna go a bit to bit, and I want it 2 inches on the top. So, drum roll. Where is my chalk? Let's get this first one sewn on. So we have the top pouchy bit on and in. Let's do this side. I still don't know if this is going to work out, but I've got everything crossed that it will. Okay, we got top and bottom. They'll go like this. So now, let me ask the wise people of the internet. Pumpkin spice lattes. Yay or nay? I always thought yay. So, come September, everything in my house, I think I already mentioned this, is either gingerbread smell or pumpkin. Spiced pumpkin smell throughout my whole house and salon and studio. I have never had a pumpkin spice latte, so my husband this morning was like, oh, they're doing it in Starbucks, so he got me one because, you know, I like the smell, I must like it. I'm not keen. I'm not a coffee drinker anyway, I'm a tea drinker, but I have to say I'm just not keen. There's just something absolute nay about it. Okay, so we are now going to attempt, I'm going to need a bit hanging at the top, a bit hanging at the bottom, and I'm going to sew them in to in. Okay, so we have the front and the back, well, the outer and the inner. Okay, this has ended up being something I did not plan for this one. This looks good though. This wasn't how I was thinking, and for some reason my brain obviously wasn't in gear. but I am just gonna go. So we've obviously got it. The other one I wanted to make was going to be one that opens like so, and then I was going to do like a wraparound so you could lay your cards out. And I don't even know, that's not what I was intending to make, but it's gone that way. So I'm going to force hand and force it the other way because I do want to see what I had originally wanted in my head. I'm not going to say, oh, I've done that subconsciously. I've obviously just made a bit of a mistake in this part here, but that's okay. I'm going to make it back. In doing mistakes, we learn. Let's get focused in on this. Okay, so the top and bottoms are done. The inside is done too. So I need to do sides. I've left this top bit. I don't know if I'm going to be right or wrong, but I've left the top bit. So I just want to see when it's got the ribbon in it or the string, embroidery thread, if it will need that extra space. We have a pouch, not the neatest, but it's not meant to be the neatest. We've just learned how to do it. So that's okay. We've learnt to see if it's going to work or not. So we've got a pouch now, the inner, so you could tip it inside out, I guess, as well. It could be an inside out one, I don't know. So we've got a pouch. Now let's figure out the ribbon. So I have the ribbon here. I think I quite like purple, but I also don't know if I'm just saying that because of the pop. Let's go purple. So I'm imagining I'm going to need 4 times the length of what's needed. So let's cut this because I'm going to need 2 lots also. We shall scritch 1 lot in. That's a good sign, sweet. And we want to pop it to come out this end. And then we want this one to come out this end. I'm going to have to do this way. I think this is just how my brain is going to work currently. It's obviously given too much already because it can't work that bit out. And that's okay. It's okay, Victoria. This will tell us whether we want to have more ribbon or less ribbon. Protected, and then okay, so it worked. Whether we want these ribbons like this or not, and then the top doubles over, and then we should be able to open that back. Perfect. Let's have a little look if it's done what we want it to do. Okay, so tarots in we go, in and safe. Just a case of trying to get it perfect now, isn't it? So, do we like the ribbon? And I'm going to, I think it would be good to maybe put like something dangling here. And I have to admit, it seems like a pretty big pouch. And I feel like I may want it to be, so you could lie your crystals in there too. Okay, so we started off with just a little idea, and we've been able to make a little pouch. It's not little actually, it's really quite big, to store your tarot cards in. To be honest, you could probably use a little pouch like this for anything. You could maybe attach straps. I was actually saying this morning that I wanted to make some bags, so I think this is a good start. However, for now, little tarot pouches with more than enough room. They can fasten, let's bow them. with more than enough room for your crystals also. That is cute. We live on the back of some allotments in, I don't know if you call it something different anywhere in the world, but over here it's patches of land that are saved so that people can like grow their own vegetables and all their own things. It's just their little plot of land if they haven't got a garden, or if they have but they don't want to grow their own veg. So we live right on the back of us is an allotment, and they're not really meant to burn anything between March and October, and then from October onwards it's free game for them, and they usually store all their stuff up over throughout the summer months or the year, and then put it to one side, and then come October there's allotment fires, we call them bonfires, literally just up and down this whole stretch of the thing. But they do it because most people have their windows shut at that time. But no, this allotment, it always smells like a bonfire. It signifies that it's autumn. But anyway, where was I? So, a little, well, fairly big tarot pouch. We did it, and we worked it out together. I love a good bit of teamwork. So, open it up. Open it up. Open it up. We've got to cover the ribbon and to hold the ribbon in. And then inside start tarot, and then I will take photos and I will insert them like I always do. I just feel that you get a bit of a better view. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing or not. Let me know if it's bugging anyone. I'll try and figure out a different way. Maybe if I started using Instagram again, that would be helpful, because I could just put it all on there. But right now my plate is so full that this is what I've got. So tarot card and crystal bags made, and I think I'm also going to, I actually really enjoyed making that. I think I'm going to look into little pouch bags, so bags you can carry. So I really like tote bags, and I actually so when we went away, I don't carry a handbag. I'm not a handbag girl. I don't know if anyone's noticed. I can be quite tomboy, and I'm not a handbag girl, and I've always either used the car for my stuff, my car, and I will just put everything in the car, drive to where I need to go, take what I need with me and stick it in my pocket and on I go, or my coat, or use my husband as my handbag. And when we went away, we went to the National History Museum of Oxford, and we were walking around there with a hope that we were going to pick up a bag of some sort or something, because he was so sick of carrying everything, which is fine. So we were hoping, and then when we were at the National History Museum, we saw this dinosaur bag, tote bag, so we just we brought it and then put everything in there, and I carried around. What I like is that it's a bag but not a handbag. So I think something like this would fits in. I don't really have a purse, but pretend purse in, yeah. And then I'm thinking that you could probably even seal it like that, but also have it so it's a handbag. It would go over your shoulder. So not a handbag, a shoulder bag, like a tote bag, but not like this. Sorry, I was just trying to work it out. Okay, do you know what? So I'm going to leave you with photos of this. I'm going to, you can tell I'm excited, I'm rushing off now because I'm going to go and try and design some bags. Are they called tote bags if they're not a certain material? I don't know. I'm going to call them tote bags. Probably smaller than a smaller version of a tote bag. I'm going to design that. Might be in the next vlog. Hold tight and see. I'll leave the photos again of this one All that's left to do is bid you farewell. Take care of yourself, take care of others. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you again real soon.